Hi, and Jumbo, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want us to pivot a little bit and talk about something that is usually so dear to me. And it is one reminder that changed the way I show up and teach children. And obviously, this is applicable to life in general. And that is, I deserve grace, not perfection. So I'm here to remind you that as a parent, as you parent, as a teacher, as you teach and shape the young minds, know that you deserve grace, not perfection. You're not failing, you're becoming. You're doing more than you realize. You're more than you realize. You're more variable than you realize. And today I want to remind you of something we all forget as parents and as educators. You deserve grace. Have you ever found yourself holding on to the pressure to get it right every moment, every day? Maybe it is the expectation that your toddler should already know better, or that your home or your classroom should always run smoothly, or your preschooler should have known many things by now. Maybe it is that strategy that used to work but doesn't anymore. Maybe it is just that story in your head that says you are falling behind, or you are supposed to have done this or that, not sure by whose metrics. As an educator, trainer, and coach who has worked beside hundreds of parents and educators, I want to offer you this. There is an African proverb that shifted how I show up every day for children, or even when I'm coaching teachers or educators or parents. The battles within are often greater than the ones who are outside, and we are more greater critics of ourselves than the world will offer. And for those of us raising and teaching children, those battles usually sounds like this. I should have known better. Why can't I keep it together? I should have learned this or that long time ago. Everyone else is doing better. Why can't I? Of course, all these most of the time are demonstrated by social media. But have you ever wondered whether that is true? Why am I always running behind is one which I have heard so many educators and parents say. But here's what I know for sure. Letting go of those inner battles, inner stories, inner questionings, inner second guessing, inner hurry is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is strength. And it is how we make space to live in the moment, make room for joy, for connection, for the real magic of childhood, because they will only be young for a very short time. It is what makes us have compassion for ourselves. It's what makes us tell better stories to ourselves and be kind to ourselves. To consider when we give ourselves advice when we are raising children or teaching them, we do it with the same way we do to others with empathy. At least it has been my experience for over 2 decades of teaching, training, and coaching parents and early childhood educators. Because the work we do will never be completely be done. There will always be more that should have been done by who? You. This always is robbing us of what matters. Because as soon as you figure out children and how to teach them, they have already moved on and there is a new thing to learn. Think about it. How often do we grip so tightly to perfect routines or social media parenting and teaching ideals that we forget what actually matters? Our presence. Our presence matters. Our compassion matters. You, in all your imperfections, you matter. I'm always reminded of the story of Ruth in the scripture and her mother-in-law, if you're familiar with the scriptures. Naomi never hid her vulnerabilities to her daughter-in-law. She embraced them. She expressed them. Probably it's the way she did it that made her daughter-in-law admire her so much to literally follow her. Can our children be able to follow us with our vulnerabilities? Are our children looking for perfections? Are they looking for that right parent or right teacher? I have discovered letting go isn't failure, it is growth. It is that quite courageous choice to say, I'm allowed to learn, I'm allowed to rest, I'm allowed to be human, I'm allowed to grow. This is what I have learned from spending so much time of my life with children as an educator, trainer, and coach. You learn so much from children when you observe them, when you see how they approach life with their innocent curiosity and discovery. I have noticed that when I release the pressure to be everything the way they do, I create space, space for new solutions, not perfections, space to respond, not react, space to actually enjoy the children in front of me by being there, being a good listener, being a good person, being a teacher who is present. The space to give room for their growth and resiliency. So instead of saying, I missed the mark today, I say that moment taught me something. Instead of saying, I'm not wired for this and that, I say, I am becoming. And that is enough for today. I discovered that letting go is a radical act of self compassion and self empathy. And as many times as I'm able to let go, this has been my experience. It is how I became the teacher, not a perfect one, but a present one, not flawless, so far from it, but fully available and distracted for the moment. You will learn so much from the children when you interact with them. You will learn how to be compassionate to your own self. You will learn how to listen to your own self. You will learn to respond to your own self before you could respond to others. As your coach, I'm reminding you today, you are not your bad days. You are not your child's meltdown and tantrums. You are actually not even their achievement at all. You are not your hardest lessons. This is who you are. You are a caregiver, a one who is passionate, a guide, a safe place for the children, whether you are raising them or teaching them. And your story is just getting started. You're just turning the page, even changing the way we see things and the perspective that we perceive things. It is a new chapter. And this chapter is full of grace. It is full of second chances. It is full of kind of love that transforms not just children, not just the kids that you teach or you're raising, but it also transforms you. You will discover that when we are teaching children, we think we are teaching them. But to be honest, children are teaching us more of the valuable lessons that we forgot. Let me know how you have approached your teaching or parenting by commenting below. Like the video and subscribe, and see you in the next video.